back to another 10-minute Tuesday. We got one camera angle going on and a falling mic. Good gravy.
Dude.
And so,
Watch your chin, boy.
One camera angle going on today because I didn't have a chance to get the GoPros. And if you guys are watching this or listening to this podcast, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. You can watch it, comment below, let us know what you want to do. But today, we're talking about shot size. We did a video on this on the podcast, or video on this on the YouTube channel. And we're going to be talking more so for people that are getting into hunting that are just like, what shot sizes do I buy? I don't understand, shot size and all these numbers and what do I do? Steel, lead, tungsten, all that good stuff. So Cal, tell me what just general rules of like the rule of thumb. Obviously there's opinions. But yeah.
For like shot sizes, you're saying?
Yep, for shot sizes.
All right. So like just in terms of a breakdown of what I use different shot sizes for or what I would use different shot sizes for, 7.5 to 9 in my head is going to be for pigeons, dove, quail, and trap. Right. So like that's what I would use it for. I mean, I don't shoot quail and I don't shoot doves. So personally, just pigeons and trap.
Yeah.
But you could use it for the other things.
And why is that? Because of like the spread or the speed or what's the why would you say that?
Yeah, so are you asking me basically like how shots are made? Like what's inside of each different shot or whatever?
If that's,
that's like the easiest way to explain it. So like 7.5 to 9 shot is going to be like a ton more BBs, but they're all smaller, right? So naturally, no matter what choke you have in, when you shoot 7.5 to 9 shot, your spread is going to be bigger because you're shooting out 200 BBs versus, 50 or 40 or whatever it is. And
so for stuff like dove, quail, pigeons, they're traveling a little bit faster. They're also a little bit smaller.
Smaller bird, smaller game, whatever, it's not going to take a big BB to kill that.
Yeah. And it'll be easier to hit. It'll also, a smaller BB will kill it and you won't destroy the meat if you want to take the meat, that kind of a thing.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 7.5 to 9. Then you move into your 6-5 shot, 5 shot, maybe 6 shot. So 5 shot, 6 shot, you're going to use for pheasant and maybe grouse.
And this is the point where you would get lead involved because lead would be considered a toxic thing.
So it can't be in water. Yeah. So but you can still shoot like lead for upland birds.
And why is just to before we get back to waterfowl real quick, why is lead better than for upland birds?
Well, lead is more dense.
Okay.
Right? So like the different types of metal are heavier essentially because they're more dense metals.
Yep.
Their makeup is different. So like us, that's why like if you buy at the store, different boxes cost more money, like TSS, or there's a ton of different brands.
Prairie Storm.
Whatever. Yeah. Heavy metal versus heavy shot,
Yep.
heavy steel, those types of different things. It's because the BB in there is more expensive for them to get. I guess that's what it would be in my head. But regardless, it hits harder when it hits the bird because each BB weighs more and is more dense. And so that's why you're paying more for it.
With the
so
same
it's still got the same
circumference. Yep.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So 5 and 6 shot are going to be this is the only thing that comes to my head. You could probably use it for other things, but 5 and 6 shot to me is pheasant grouse.
Yeah. Yeah. For where we are, what we use it for.
Yep.
Yeah. Generally.
So that's going to be more of that thing. Yeah. Now, some people would argue 5 shot for ducks, right? Like, and I know back when it was lead commonly, a lot of people shot 5 shot for ducks, which means in my head then bismuth and tungsten, you could use 5 shot and equate to that.
Touch on that real quick. You said back when it was lead. What do you mean?
Yeah, so lead used to be legal to shoot over water. So you'll hear old timers complain about how they can't shoot lead anymore. Got to shoot that crappy steel shot, whatever. That's why.
Yeah.
Because it previously was that you could shoot lead over water until they really understood the toxicity that was causing in water.
Yep.
So
okay.
Anyway, that was that.
So moving on.
But some people shoot 5 shots now. You can do that. I know like a lot of people love the Boss 5 shot.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't.
Yep.
So moving down to what I would consider to be duck loads, 2 to 4 shot. Now, like earlier in the year, I probably am gonna shoot a 4 shot because I know that the birds that are, that I'm hunting right now, a lot of teal probably. Going to see some wood ducks. The mallards that are here are not huge, fat, super well-fed mallards. So they're still a little smaller. But those wood ducks and those teal, that's going to make up some of your bag here in Minnesota. Some diver ducks possibly too, ringnecks or whatever. So 4-shot to me, totally fine. When we get into the part of the year where I'm shooting like geese,
could shoot some geese on top of ducks. Could shoot
geese on top of ducks, or it's a combo hunt, or because like for us, a lot of like what we do in Minnesota, it's a field hunt for geese, but there's mallards that would come too.
Yeah.
So you're setting out some mallards spread, with your goose spread.
Yep.
And so then it's a combo hunt. I'm shooting 2-shot.
Okay.
So 2-shot to me, and my uncle, like he shoots a 10 gauge.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. Like he'll shoot like a 10 gauge, the biggest shell he can buy, 3.5,
trying to hit it
triple
80 yards
B,
out there.
double B, whatever. Yeah. Like it's like, and I'm in my head, I'm like, I don't know where that's applicable, but cool, man.
That's an opinion. Yeah.
In my perfect scenario, when we're hunting, we're trying to land birds.
Yeah.
And so, I know I could shoot geese with 4-shot if they're in your spread.
Right.
If you accurately aim. So 2-shot, and then for geese though, generally you're probably looking at BB to 2-shot.
Okay.
Some guys shoot triple B, but I don't know.
And this is probably a good point to bring up the size of the shell as well, because that dictates the amount of BBs in there as well as the amount of powder. And so what kind of shell?
I'm shooting 3-inch shells.
3-inch shell. And everything that we've been generally talking about here is 12 gauge.
Yeah, it's for the most part. Now, 20 gauge though.
For the most part, it does move over to 20 gauge.
Yeah.
It does stick in the same. Yep. It just would have a smaller spread.
And if you really wanted to shoot geese with a 20 gauge, which totally cool. I mean, like Joey and I have hunted geese with 20 gauge. Joey hunted for geese with his 20 gauge a lot of the year actually. But, in that instance, I probably, you might go to a BB.
Okay.
If you're shooting a 20, but it's definitely still doable. Joey shot him with 2-shot all year with a 20 gauge. So,
and so, you got your 2-shot, you got your, it's 3-inch, 12 gauge. At what point would you put it in extended choke, mid range, long range, that kind of thing? Talk a little bit about that and how it affects the shot.
All right. So like, I don't think you need a choke.
Okay.
Right. Like a choke can help you. If you have an improved modified in your gun, which is what you should put in it if you just bought a gun or whatever.
Yep.
Put the improved modified in. I think that if you're, trying to get birds in and close and you're calling at them or whatever, I think an improved modified is totally fine. Now, there are instances where a full choke can be helpful, and there is another argument for a full choke that makes total sense. So with a full choke, you're going to have a tighter spread at a longer range of distance.
Yep.
So if you're going to pass shoot birds like diving, like diver hunting, a full choke can be super helpful because they're screaming. First of all, they're flying really fast, so you're not going to naturally lead them as much. And then you can get a further shot off and have a better shot, better chance of being accurate with it.
And that full choke that comes with your gun more than likely can't do the steel shot.
No, correct.
So definitely check that one out.
Yeah, that's important to look into.
Yeah,
what Connor's saying is it can only shoot a certain amount of FPS.
Yeah, you're going to want to go with an aftermarket thing that's made for waterfowl shots.
Yep.
So, and you mentioned FPS. Is there kind of anything in the beginner realm to kind of mention when it comes to that? Anything you want to keep in mind?
Well, the faster the FPS is, which it stands for feet per second, obviously, that those BBs will travel. But that's correct, right? It's not it's the speed at which the BBs will travel. In the air,
I believe it's like when it exits the muzzle.
Correct.
That's what it's at. But I generally what we usually stay with is Federal Blue Box. With Black Cloud and like the Prairie Storm, that kind of a thing, they have the different types of BBs that have like little wings on it to kind of slow them down, and that would kind of spread out your spread or your pattern. There you go. Spread out your pattern a little bit, and that would allow the duck to be able to like fly into it. So that's kind of the thought behind it. I'd like to just stick with the good stuff, just stay with it and don't do
I mean, I
fancy.
really liked Kent Fast Steel, which is actually pretty reasonable too. Like, we don't have any like, I would only shoot Federal Blue. I'll shoot anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't care.
And the
and now
I
do think there are ammos that are crappy.
Yeah.
But for the most part.
And now they're coming out with the tungsten stuff that's super expensive.
Yeah, bismuth, tungsten, whatever. Those are denser metals. They weigh more, which means the BB is the same size as steel, but it hits harder.
Yep, and it travels faster and all
Yeah,
that.
just as a natural recap, I think if you're hunting ducks and geese, you're 4-shot or lower. 2 to 4 for ducks, BB to 2 for geese. You could go triple B, but 3-inch shells, I don't think you need anything more, and that's probably all we got for you.
Yeah,
right?
That's for waterfowl.
Thanks, guys. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Let us know what you want to see next, and we'll see you soon.